So I just finished redoing chapter 3 of Dragon on My Neck, and I cut like 5,000 words. No, not really. I cut like 500 words, but it felt like 5,000 words. But in total, I managed to get 2,980 something words that were rewritten from Dragon on My Neck. I still kind of feel like I shouldn't count all of them, like maybe I should just count half of them, but I put the whole total on my worksheet for the day. So, almost 3,000 words for the day. If I go back and write in Polonius Punk or anything like that before I go to sleep, then I will most definitely hit 3,000 words for the day, which is insane. I'm at almost 30,000 word total for hashtag hot and sticky summer writing project. Like, seriously, that is insane. I'm several thousand words ahead of schedule still. I'm at 29,028 words grand total. We're not supposed to hit 29,000 words until the 28th. Like, I am a full 15 days ahead of schedule, which is crazy. Just flipping crazy. Um, this whole rewriting Dragon on My Neck is killing me still. It's not as bad as it was last night. That first chunk where I took, you have no idea how long it took me to write that first chunk, and it will be put back in and redone and put at the end of the book. But when I wrote that first little bit, it had to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't absolutely perfect for a long time. So that was just crazy weird chopping it out. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you I wrote almost 3,000 words today. So I'll see you later. So here's something that I had never really thought about before. It's been a couple of days since I talked to you guys about writing, probably maybe 3 or 4 days. So the last thing I talked to you about was Dragon on My Neck, and I've gotten over that. I'm working on it. It's going all right. I didn't work on it today, but I went to lunch with my family today, and our waiter is this really nice guy who we often have when we go to this particular establishment. He is absolutely adorable, and he's so much fun. He's our favorite waiter there. And so when we come in, he kind of grabs us up as quickly as he can, typically. And as we were getting ready to leave, he was joking that, my dad was going to mow and you need to make mowing into like an adventure through the jungle, whatever. And he said, y'all have a big adventure this afternoon. And Elena was like, Mommy's going to make me take a nap. I said, yeah, and I'm just going to be writing a children's book. And he asked me what it was about, and I was telling him. And by telling this cute waiter dude about my book, I wrote 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pages. Yeah. So, cute guys with awesome necklaces and tight behinds are good for something other than eye candy. Never knew that before. So I still haven't typed up what I wrote yesterday, but I had a professional photo shoot with my best friend who has just started up her own photography business a couple of months ago. We had a professional shoot today wherein I looked pretty and sat in dirt and she took pictures of me. And while that was going on, one of the things I did was take my notebook and start writing. So I wrote a couple more paragraphs, not like a huge bunch of stuff, because A, the wind was a blowing and my skirt was a going, and that was a little difficult. And B, I was sitting down in the dirt and I had to look like a certain way and make the presentation would. But we did get A, several pictures, and B, some paragraphs. So I haven't typed it all up yet. So right now I have 407 words for the day because of something else I wrote. However, I am sitting at a little over 30,000 words, so I'm right at 6,000 words ahead of schedule, which is really, really good. When I get all of my stuff typed up, I'll be even further ahead, and maybe I'll get even more stuff done, and that would be amazing. But the fact remains that we are halfway through July, and I'm still writing and still inputting a word count every day and still keeping myself on task. And I'm really proud of myself and anybody else that's out there still doing the hashtag Hot and Sticky Summer Writing Challenge or any other writing challenge or art challenge or whatever challenge that you're working on. If it is a long-term challenge and you're still working towards that goal, bravo, good on you. I am proud of you. You're doing it, man. You're working towards something and you're sticking with it. Good job. Woke up this morning, had an email from Chris Gravenstein, who, if you don't know, co-authors about 4 or 5 different book series with James Patterson and has several of his own series and one-off books, mostly for middle grades, but also for adults that he does, and is just amazing. I had emailed him and told him how much I loved his work and asked if he would be willing to answer some questions so I could put an interview up on my blog. And he said yes. So I woke up this morning and I had those answers and went ahead and posted those on my blog, wrote a full blog post. So that's where I'm going with this. I wrote a 500-word blog post. And then I got in the car and proceeded to drive 2 hours to go have a job interview. Was offered the job, told them I'd need a couple of days, got in the car, started to pull out, pulled back in, sent an email to the other person I was supposed to be setting up an interview with. If I'd already had an interview set up with them, I would not have done this. But because they just might want to maybe set up an interview with me, I said, thank you for your interest, but I think I'm going to take this position. Walked back in, looked at the superintendent and principal and said, so you're going to have to get used to telling me to shut up when I start babbling, because if you still want me, I think I want this job. And they were like, yes, we do. And then after I got back in the car a few minutes later and kind of started driving around the town, I realized a couple of things. Number one, his town literally has less than 600 inhabitants. There's no grocery store, no library, the only library is in the school, which I'm going to work at, and it's a K-12. But still. Number two, I have 3 weeks to move from here to there with a 3-year-old. I have to be in office on the 8th of August. Number 3. I'm going to have to move and do all of that without losing my writing time. That's probably not going to happen, but I'm thinking maybe if somebody else is driving the car and I'm just kind of sitting in it and we're taking a load after I find a house or something, maybe I can write flyby writings where I've got my phone and I'm just yelling random sentences into the voice recognition system. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I did write 500 words today, and I am back up to a little over 6,000 words over the regularly scheduled word count. I'm at 30,000 and something, and this is July 18th. So, maybe I'll be able to handle it and get my writing done and get my classroom set up. I'm a music teacher now, which is not at all what I thought I was going to be doing this year, but I'm excited to try. Yeah, all of those things. They happened today. Today. I'll link up my blog post. The most exciting thing was I was about halfway to the new town and my phone started just going crazy. I was listening to Hamilton radio on Pandora because so many people are going off about Hamilton, right? So I'm listening to Hamilton radio on Pandora, and my phone makes that whistling noise that you've heard in the background when I forgot to turn off my phone during videos. And it just keeps whistling. I'm like,
4 or 5 people had liked and retweeted my tweet, including Chris Grabenstein. And in the process, I got 2 more award-winning authors following my Twitter, and Chris Grabenstein tweeting at me, and he went and liked my blog post, which, I mean, I know that it's a blog post that was an interview I did with him, but I really didn't expect for him to like check it out and look at my blog and like other blog posts, things of that nature, and he did. So that really made me happy and confident and excited. And then I got the teaching job, and then I started thinking about writing and went, oh yeah, I'm gonna still have to try to do that while I do everything else because I have to move in the next 3 weeks.
So it's the 19th, like 2 o'clock in the morning on the 20th, actually, but whatever. I wrote a couple of blog posts today. That's it. I haven't really been working on my stories for the last couple of days because I've been busy just logistically trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the move. But I did write about 150 words or so today, and I'm counting that because at this point, anything I write feels like a win to me. It feels like I've been able to write something, so I win. And, that's how I have to think about it right now. I hope that your writing is going swimmingly, and I would love for you to link any of your hot and sticky videos or blog posts, tweets about your word count, whatever. Let us know how you're doing. If you're not participating in Hot and Sticky, but you are a writer, please tell us what you're working on and how you're doing with that. Leave us a video clip or a blog post about what you're working on. And if you're not a writer and none of this applies to you, then tell us something else or give us your favorite cheer. That'll help us along, maybe. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.